and being faithful, then you are bringing me down. You are not allowing me to reach the capabilities of where God wants me to go. And there's sooner or later, God is going to cut you off and say, you can't come over no more. Because you hold that ministry back with your complacency. You hold that ministry back with your indecisiveness. You hold that ministry back with your antics. His brother, I've been trying to groom since the revival. He's dogging me out. Pastor B says, give him the benefit of the doubt and show up today. When I get home from church, I'm calling him on the phone and I'm telling him, don't come back. And treat the next pastor that tries to invest in you better than you ever treated me. But I can't help you. I don't want to help you. Because you know what happens? You turn into a liar. When you're, oh, brother, I'm going to do this, brother, I'm going to do that, brother, I'm going to... You liar! Who do you think you're lying to? You could lie to me. Go ahead and lie to me. I'll believe you, as a matter of fact. You know what? I'm going to think he still might make it. Church is only going to be another 20 minutes. Liars! What do you think you're going to... When you go to heaven, do you think your boss is going to stand there and say, this man was a good employee? He deserves to go to heaven. Do you? Somebody say yes or no. I don't know. Hello? No, he's not. Do you think your wife is going to stand up there on Judgment Day and say, he was a good man? No, not if you've been married more than 5 years. You think your husband's going to get up and be like, man, Lord, thank you. You know what the husband's going to say on Judgment Day to the Lord about his wife? I want my rib back. Come on. What do you think your kids are going to say about you? What do you think your kids are going to... You know what? Whose fault is it when the kids mess up? Is it the parents' fault because they didn't raise them right? Or is it the kids' fault because they're just rebellious? Come on. See? So you're going to get up there and you're going to get up to heaven and you're going to be like, oh, I hope little Johnny says something good about me and his daddy so we can get into heaven. No way, man. You're going to be sweating bullets. You are going to be nervous. Your heart is just going to be in your throat. You're going to be sick to your stomach. Oh my God, I should have went to church more. I should have gave more. I should have loved more. I should have listened more. I should have talked less. I should have took this whole God thing just a little more. We take everything serious. You know what my landlord brought over to the house the other day? Carbon monoxide poisoning detectors. Right on. You got those in righteousness and unrighteousness. You're like, honey, there's some unrighteousness going on upstairs. The alarm's going off. The devil got in the backyard. The alarm's going off. Man, we can detect the carbon monoxide, but we can't detect the devil. If there's anybody living in your house right now that's not living 100% according to God's honor and glory, you are in danger. You're in danger of a fire. You're in danger of carbon monoxide. You're in danger of being murdered. You're in danger of going to hell. You're in danger of being lost. You're in danger of cancer. You're in danger of diabetes. You're in danger of everything possible out there because you put somebody in your camp that was a spy, and they spied you out, and they watched your moves. And they watched you while you slept, and they watched you while you argued. You know, there's a story in the Bible where the king of Israel, has all this gold, all this jewelry, all these beautiful treasures, and he invites another kingdom and a king to come and look at all of his riches. After the king came in and looked at all his riches, you know what he did? He went to war, he killed him, and he stole it. The moral is, don't show the enemy your treasure. Don't show the enemy your treasure. See, that's why I have a hard time with people staying over. You know, my son-in-law, he stays over, and him and my daughter are married, and when my son was married, his wife stood over. I never liked it. Let me tell you why. Because you know what they do now? What do? They talk about you. Yeah. So you know what Pastor Rick does on Saturdays? Absolutely nothing. He just sits there all day and does nothing. Oh, you thought I was going to tell you what I do, huh? I'm almost done. I'm afraid for you. I'm afraid for you. I'm afraid for you. I'm afraid that your 401k isn't going to help you. I'm afraid that I'm afraid that all the money in the world isn't going to save your marriage. I'm afraid that if you have the best acting kids, if you're not careful, they still may grow up in an alternative lifestyle. I'm afraid that we are losing patriarch after patriarch after patriarch. Let me ask you this, and just answer this in your own heart. Who is the spiritual guide in your family? And if it's you, then let me ask you a second question. If you were to die today, who would take over as the patriarch of your family? Who? Scared to death. See, my son isn't right where I want my son to be. And my daughters aren't right where I want my daughters to be. And their kids are too young. So I'm afraid that within a few years, if something were to happen to me, which one of my children or my children's children would take over the cross? See? So I have to, Pops told me the other night, he's like, I gotta stay alive for you, son. He's like, you still need me. I gotta stay alive for you. I knew what he meant. Totally knew what he meant. I said, yeah. I need your help. You need to help me get more established. You need to establish what God has given you so that when you die, I can have something to inherit. See? I want to inherit your connections. I want to inherit your counseling. I want to inherit your wisdom. I want to inherit your words. I want to inherit your leadership. I want to inherit your strength. Don't want money. Don't want cars. Don't want fame. Don't want riches. But I do want my God. But when I want my God, the closer I get to him, the more the devil unleashes. That's why I'm so afraid for you guys that play games with God, because, man, I don't mind facing the devil as long as God is on my side. But who's going to be on my side when I've got to face God? Hello? You want to change the world? Get ready for all hell to break loose. Yeah. And then you better just receive it and accept it. This year has started off to be one of the greatest years for me. Just I needed it, man. Just bang. Since the moment it hit midnight, I was just And then the rent thing, then the building thing, then the moving thing, then this thing, and then that thing. And now all of a sudden I'm in the fight of my life, and I'm fighting, and I'm fighting, and I'm looking at God like, why God, why God, why God? What do you mean, why God, why God? You're the one that wants to change the world. You're the one that wants to make a difference. You're the one that wants to write a book. You're the one that wants to write a song. You're the one that wants to change a generation. You're the one that wants to make your family different. You're the one that wants to give more options to your children. You're the one that wants to show them that they don't have to all fall to the left or to the right, but they can succeed, they can overcome, they can make it. You're the one that wants to go through the lion's den. You're the one that wants to fight the giant. You're the one that wants to go through the fiery furnace. What did you expect? Wow, you put it that way. Right? Pharaoh didn't care about Moses until Moses decided to leave the desert and go set his people free. Let me tell you something about God. I was reading over some of them plagues that God released on the Egyptians. God is cruel and mean. Yes. You think the devil will mess you up? Who do you think created the devil? Where do you think the devil got his ideas from? Hello. Hello. When God says, how long Am I gonna mess with these stiff-necked people? You ever wave at someone like, hey, you know, that's so and so, hey, you know. You get to them and you realize you don't know them. Oh, my bad. I thought you were so and so. Oh man, we so and so. God, Jesus. Oh, thought you were somebody else. Would you even know what he looked like if he sat next to you right now? Could you feel his presence and his heartbeat? His love? You know what songs have got me this week? Songs like, though none go with me, still I will follow. Is that true? Is that true? If God said, okay, get up, go by yourself, go. None of us are following you. Just go. 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 We're not going with you. Go. Could you go? Nope, leave your kids here. Leave your kids here. Leave your parents here. Leave your wife here. Go. Go by yourself. Go. Leave your wife. Go. Go. Leave your kids. Go. Though none go with you. Will you still follow him? Will you still follow him? Because, you know, God might take away your wife, man. God might take away your husband. God might take away your babies. There are people here today that don't have their mom alive anymore. There are people here today, their daddy isn't alive anymore today. There are people in here today whose children have passed away here today. There are people in here who don't have their husband anymore today. There are people in here who don't have any money anymore today. There are people in here who are sick in their body today. Though none go with you, still will you follow him. Come on. I didn't sign up to follow God as long as everything goes good. I'm a soldier. I signed up to follow God until the last battle has been fought. I'm not looking for victory on earth. I'm looking for my mansion in heaven. But I will leave a mark before I go. I will leave a mark before I go. I've tried to fit in every square peg and I'm a round body so many times and it doesn't work. I've only been good at one thing. And that's repenting and repenting and repenting. Well, you know, the closer you get to God, the better at repenting you get. I promise you. I promise you. I love you so much. God put you into existence to worship him and praise his name. If you don't do that, he don't need you. Because he said the rocks will cry out. Yes, all you're here for is to worship and praise the name of the Most High God. That's it. That's it. That's it. You know what? You got to get up every morning and say, you know what? Some of you parents with rebellious children, get rid of them, man. Get rid of them. Get rid of them. You know why? They'll take you to hell. Because they inflict worry. They inflict confrontation. They inflict doubt. They inflict pain. Come on. Hey, I remember one time I wasn't going to change, and my dad said, leave. I said, oh, I'm going to change. Hello? Though none go with you, still I will follow? Are you strong enough to say, as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord? If you don't want to serve him, then from the door out. From the door out. Now, I'm telling you, man, this may not be for you. There's a church, man. I can recommend some churches for you. I mean, just minutes from here where they'll never know your name. They'll never ask you for anything. They'll never bother you, man. You come in and you go, and you come in and you go. No big deal. But you come here, I'm in your Kool-Aid, man. I'm going to be in your Kool-Aid. I'm going to read your spirit. I'm going to read your attitude. I'm going to read your sin. I'm going to see what you're thinking about and what you're talking about. I'm going to see where have you been. Why haven't you shown up? What's so important? What is so God-awful important that you can't make it to church every week? I told my wife, I said, hey, wife, I said, you know what, whatever happens to me, you just roll me in. Roll me in my bed, in my hospital bed, or in my wheelchair, and put me off to the corner. That's it. Because I need to be in the presence of the Lord. That's it. That's all I need is to be in the presence of the Lord. After today's service is over, I'll go home and I'll eat dinner and I'll talk to the family, and tomorrow I'll start preparing for next Sunday. I got a stack of sermons ready to throw a revival for 5 years long. That's it. But I need some folk that are going to come around me and help me defeat this devil.